Question 3, consider the sinusoidal function y equals 1/3 cosine 3 pi x plus 2 minus 3. All right, so we want to go through and find all the stuff we found before. So let's start with our standard form. So a cosine bx minus c plus d. And then I'm going to write in our function underneath. So y equals 1/3 cosine 3 pi x plus 2 minus 3. And I'm going to rewrite one more thing. So y equals 1/3 cosine 3 pi x. And instead of plus 2, I'm going to write minus 2. And we'll see why. So let's go through and see what everything is. So a is 1/3. B is what's next to x. So 3 pi. And this is why I rewrote that for c. So notice c comes after a minus. It's not 2. It's -2. It's the opposite sign. So c is -2. And then d is -3. All right, so we want to write the midline, and we want to answer as an equation. So when we have our sine-cosine graph, it makes the wave, and the midline is where it cuts in the middle. And it's a y equals horizontal equation, and it's the d value. So for ours, it's y equals -3. That's d. Okay, the amplitude is the absolute value of a. And the amplitude is the distance from the midline to the top or the bottom of the curve. So for this, it's the absolute value of a, which is 1/3 or just 1/3. The period is the distance as the wave repeats. So we usually measure top to top, and then it repeats again. So we get the period by taking 2 pi over b, and it's the absolute value of b actually. So RB is 3 pi. So what happens? We have pi divided by pi, so just 2/3 is our period. And then the phase shift is c over b. And the phase shift is how the graph goes right or left. So we take c, which is -2, and b, which is 3 pi. And that can't be simplified. We're just going to leave it. All right, so y equals -3. The amplitude was 1/3. The period was, I forgot, 2/3. And then -2 divided by 3 pi. Notice this. That doesn't look right. I have to make sure I put the denominator in parentheses, and that keeps it all together.